Hey, is that folk music there you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse.
Ding shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
And the shot rang out, bang!
Hot dog!
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Please, mama, please, daddy, don't gang up on me. I don't want to take that yucky medicine, and I know that you lied to me, though I'm only 3. If you hold me down and you make me take it, I tell you what I'll do. Spend the next 40 years of my life getting even with you. Oh, well, you tell me that you love me. You say it's for my own good. You only want to help me, like the doctor said you should. You're gonna hold me down and make me take it. You don't see what's the big fuss. Anyone who wants to help me that much must be very dangerous. But if you would have trusted me, I would have trusted you. If you would have really listened to me, I would have listened to you too. There's an old cliche that applies, it seems. The end don't justify the means. Well, the next time you want to help me, you ask me how I feel. I don't want you helping me again, you know that's for real. How can I hide my feelings? I know how. Forget I don't know what I'm feeling. Pretend I'm forgetting for now. Then I turned a teenager. All hell broke loose. I was gonna get my revenge, and now I had the juice. Whatever it was that you stood for, that was not for me. I was young and I was crazy. I was wild and I was free. But if you would have trusted me, I would have trusted you. If you would have really listened to me, I would have listened to you too. There's an old cliche that applies, it seems. The end don't justify the means. I got a little older, depressed a lot of the time. The thoughts was all confusing, and I didn't understand why. Couldn't be too successful, 'cause that might make you proud. I wanted you to know you did a bad job, still getting even somehow. Well, I finally got tired of hurting myself to take my revenge on you. I'm loving myself and I'm feeling much better. I can even love you too. Now this is a song of warning. for parents everywhere. Listen to your children with the greatest deal of care. 'Cause if you don't feel loving, there's a lesson for you there. Children don't need to be trained or subdued. They're your teachers if you dare. Do what you need to help yourself so you can be kind and true. One thing for sure that you don't want is your kids getting even with you. Please, Mama, please, Daddy, don't gang up on me. I don't want to take that yucky medicine, and I know that you lied to me, though I'm only free. If you hold me down and you're making me take it, I tell you what I'll do. Spend the next 40 years of my life getting even with you. I spent 40 years of my life getting even with you. Well, howdy folks, my name is Ralph Litwin, and that was one of my songs I wrote about something that happened to me growing up. And this is Horses Sing None of It. And we'd like to welcome today our guest, Virginia Wagner, who's also a songwriter and singer.
Hi, Ralph.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
And Virginia, tell us a little bit about where you come from.
Geographically?
Geographically or psychically or any way you want to interpret the question.
Well, as a songwriter, I explore relationships between people, and I think what interests me the most is people missing. You know, where they fall in love, they don't fall in love, one falls in love, the other one doesn't. But you know, that the irony of life is what I kind of hone in on. So, as a songwriter, as a fellow traveler, I live in Secaucus.
The home of the Secaucus 7.
That's right, yes. John Sayles wrote about us.
And I'm curious, I like to ask songwriters how they got the original, what was the light bulb that went off that said to you, I have to write songs?
This is pretty interesting for me because I walked away from songwriting for a long time. I wrote a novel, and I was sitting in the back seat of the car going to Florida. My husband was driving, my grandfather was in the front seat, and all of a sudden I wrote the words to this song, and that was January '91. And I've written like 22 songs since then. All of a sudden I discovered I had something to say.
The floodgates were open.
I had an axe to grind, and by God, I was going to grind it. So no one in my family has been safe.
Well, as I just demonstrated, nobody in my family is safe either,
I know
I
it's
guess.
horrible living with a writer. It really
Watch
is.
out what you do.
You know, your spouse, you argue, the writer goes into the bedroom and writes about it. You know,
Grist for the mill.
Yeah. So.
You want to share one with us?
Yeah, this is the first song that I wrote coming back to songwriting after a couple of years off. It's called Between the Hammer and the Anvil.
All right, I'm going to sit down here and enjoy it.
He was born of cold steel, between the hammer and the anvil, and fire never warmed him, fate never warned him it would be so hard. So he poured whiskey in the furnace to keep the wolves at bay, and he doused scotch among the embers. You keep your loneliness away. And with words that banged as hard as fists, he taught his children what he knew. and they learn their lessons well. That green was red and yellow blue, and it taught them love would come to those who embraced the thorns and forgot the rose. Because he was born of cold steel, between the hammer and the anvil, and fire never warmed him, and fate never warned him it would be so hard. So he poured whiskey in the furnace to keep the wolves at bay, and he doused Scotch among the embers. You keep your loneliness away from me. And Daddy, I guess you never knew the only way out of pain is to go right through. And I'd be glad to teach you all I've learned since my own spaceship overturned. 'Cause I was born of cold steel, between the hammer and the anvil, and fire never warned me, fate never warned me it would be so hard. But I don't pour whiskey in the furnace anymore to keep the wolves at bay, and I don't douse Scotch among the embers, but the loneliness won't go away. Because we were born of cold steel.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And so sad.
I know, I write them sad.
Oh, God.
Now when people have kids, boy, you grow them big, you know, they're big kids. I write them sad.
That's a sad one, all right.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking before and admiring your outfit here. Virginia has a map on her stockings.
They're maps of the United Kingdom.
Whales around her ankles.
The Prince of Wales is at my feet,
And
where
this,
he belongs.
and this lovely necklace you're wearing.
Yes, this is by my friend Kim Marino, who's a jewelry designer in New York City, and she does wonderful jewelry.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell us about your video that we're going to see in a
The
few
video
minutes.
is on the song Left-Handed Moon, which was produced, the song was produced and arranged by Charlie Elgart, and the video was directed by a gentleman named Jeff Kennedy in New York City. And we shot it in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut last summer. And it's about racism, because that's something that just absolutely horrifies me. There's so much of it in the world, and not to get political on you, Ralph.
Perfectly fine.
But it just, I wanted to make a statement with this video, because it has to stop, and it stops one person at a time. When you see how racism hurts, and that's what this video, that's what I set out to demonstrate in this video, the pain of racism.
I think you did an excellent job on it.
Thanks.
The video really speaks to me, and that's how Virginia actually came to be on the show today, because our assistant producer Kathleen got a hold of the tape. Yeah, I guess you know Kathleen.
Yes, and Victor Valerani.
And Victor.
Victor Valerani made the video possible. He put up 20 people in his house overnight on the weekend of his daughter Leonessa's dance recital. He was wonderful. It really would not have gotten made without Victor's help.
That's great. We had Victor as a guest on.
He's
Horses Sing
wonderful.
Never Too.
He's an
I've known him
amazing
for
songwriter.
years.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess we're the boys in the back room and the girls in the back room are ready to roll this video.
Do you remember sitting up on the roof? We were counting the stars as the night came in. It seemed so long ago as the time goes by. Now a left-handed moon writes your name across the sky. What's this pain you're feeling? Why is it so strong? I can't explain the tie between us, but I know when something's wrong. You're never good at staying, and I'm worse at saying goodbye. Now a left-handed moon writes your name across the sky. See that left-handed moon write your name across the sky. It was you coming through. It was you coming through. It was you. And it makes me sigh to see that left-handed moon write your name across the sky. I wish it didn't matter that you've been away so long, and I damn myself for feeling like an orphan in a storm. And you tell me it'll be okay, and I know you wouldn't lie, because a left-handed moon just wrote your name across the sky. Across the sky. It was you coming through. It was you coming through. It was you. And it makes me sigh to see that left-handed moon write your name across the sea. Coming through, it is you. Coming through, it was you. And it makes me sigh to see that left-handed moon write your name across. It was you.
That was Left-Handed Moon by our guest today, Virginia Wagner, here on Horses Sing None of It. Great video.
Thanks,
I love
thanks.
it. I wish you much success with that.
Thank you.
And tell us about you're working on a recording project now.
I'm just about to go into the studio to record an all-acoustic album, and it's kind of exciting because I got into the produced numbers such as Left-Handed Moon, and Hammer and the Anvil was also produced, and I kept getting further and further away from the truth of the music, the songwriting. And I finally have come home to myself, and what I want to do is something very pure, and let the songs speak for themselves. And I'm excited about it.
All right.
I'm also going to assert myself more in the studio.
All right.
You know, when you're among all of these people who know what they're doing, and you tend to, well, I do anyway, listen to what they have to say, and now I know what I want. So.
Right on.
Rock on.
All right, let's let people know how they can get in touch with Virginia. Well, there's her number, 201-866-7292, if you'd like to find out how to get on Virginia's mailing list, or where she's performing, or how to get her album when it does come out.
When it's released, please call. If I'm not home, you'll get the answering machine.
And why don't you?
But I'll call back.
Why don't you go into your next number?
Okay,
Tell us about it.
This is the first song in that whole song cycle of 2 years where I finally admitted, after nailing everybody in my family to sidewalks and pillars and posts, that I'm no bargain either. This one is called With You All Along. Wait. Do over. Okay. I know you heard this song before. The last time I left Baltimore, it was in the middle of the night on New Year's Day. You said you heard the tune before I made sure you heard me. Shut the door now, baby, all I'm asking is that you give me one more chance. And can you find your way? Will you take me back? I will make up for the love I've lacked. And even though I said I was going, I have never been gone. I've been with you all along. All the promises that we made, they crumbled and then turned to dust. All the I could'ves, I should'ves, I musts. Excuse me, but it gets old somehow, always putting your shoulder to life's plow. For all the hope that love can wield, I'm still a stone in your field. Can you find your way? Will you take me back? I will make up for the love I've lacked. And even though I said I was going, I have never been gone. I've been with you all along. And now I'm standing at the edge of the universe, and the night's pulling on my sleeve. I wouldn't put you through it, not even one more time. So if you don't say something, I'll just leave. We do things differently, not quite the life you planned for me. I've always got one ear to the ground, my eyes fixed on the sky. But this time will be different. This time I'll make it up to you. This time, I swear, I'm gonna try. Can you find your way? Will you take me back? I'll make up for the love I've lacked. And even though I said I was going, I have never been gone. I've been with you all along. I've been with you all along. Thank you.
All right. Virginia Wagner, we just have enough time to say goodbye, and we're going to roll the credits, and Virginia's going to do another song here as we fade out. So I'd like to thank you for being on
Thanks
the show.
for having me, Ralph. It was really fun.
Glad
Thanks
you could
very
make it.
much. I understand
Me
you're
too.
having a very wonderful performer on another show, Ansel Matthews.
Yes, and by some cosmic coincidence, his birthday is the same day as yours.
I know. It's amazing.
This is a drop D tuning we're going into here.
It's a Gemini thing.
A Gemini. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we hope you'll tune in again to Horses Sing None of It. And we'd like to also thank all our volunteers. Let's hear the tune.
It's North Lake where the wind blows free. It's North Lake and it's calling to me. Water flows on through the canyons, converging there at the foot of the mountains. I can still see him standing on the shoreline, and he's waving to me. I'm biding my time. Go ahead, Ralph.
The little things you do that you think are small and few are the things that mean the most to me. So just keep giving whatever you're giving, 'cause even when you're giving just a little,
if you're doing just a little, you're helping a lot.
it helps a lot.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It helps a lot.